Hello and welcome. I'm Arif Gilany. Thank you for subscribing to this channel. Shortly, I will be sharing with you a live presentation that has the potential to change your financial future. Before we get into the financial future, allow me to disclaim that so many of my clients, collaborators, and colleagues are now either themselves dealing with health challenges or are dealing with their parents' health challenges, recoveries, and operations that are going happening based on the aging population. Scientists in Japan have now discovered ways that can extend the human life from 100 to even 200, some estimate 250 years. That might be shocking to you, but to me, that I do my research, I stay on the edge of technology development is not shocking at all. I believe that this may happen within the next 10 to 20 years. If you take a picture of the famous founder of Amazon, Jeff Bezos, 30 years ago, and now today he looks much better, healthier, and more muscular, and more vital than he was 30 years ago. You think money can help improve your health? Yes, it does. Yes, it can. But money alone is not the solution. The holistic approach is to think about the word how, HOW. H stands for health and wellness, which is the top priority within this community that we're building here, because your health is really your wealth. If you don't have health, you have nothing. You may have 1,000 problems unless and until you have a serious health challenge. And that is why it is so important to focus on the health and wellness, along with O, which is organizing teams and communities around the world. Today, we're working with several ministries of tourism around the world to help organize teams of people who can help develop these communities. And the third has to do with wealth creation, which I invite you to watch the following presentation till the end. And if you have any questions regarding any of these topics, make sure you leave a comment or reach out to me personally. Enjoy the presentation about wealth creation today. While the song is going on, make sure you take a pen and paper, write down some questions, contact me once you see this video, because this can help you in all areas of health and wellness, developing communities around the world based on your business. Your particular business applies here. And the last about wealth creation. So for now, enjoy the song and the subsequent presentation. Thank you for being here. While the live countdown is on in the corner right here, allow me to break down the health part for you. If you have yourself, if you have anyone, your parents, suffering from any health challenges, make sure that you get in touch with me. You can reach me anywhere on social media or make a comment below here. Let's discuss your options. The second thing, if you work in the any type of business, particularly in tourism industry, we have great opportunities on collaborating with you with this global community that's being built right now. You also work with ministries of tourism and agriculture with the government of Mongolia, the Kurdistan regional government, with the governments of and agriculture tourism of Tanzania, right on the foot of Kilimanjaro. Some of these places I've been to, others I'm looking forward to go to. To go to any place, to do all of these things, we will need money. I was lucky enough to come across this platform that's being presented right now by one of my clients who took a bundle of these wonderful socks to Mongolia, to Japan, of all places. And the feedback is incredible. Now you would say, how would people in Middle East, in the middle of the heat, enjoy these socks? So I'll share the presentation with you and look forward to seeing you afterwards. The countdown's on, and I wanted to share with you the health tips that your health is a consciousness. We have all of the resources to help you with your physical recovery from any pain or discomfort, particularly you parents that you love so much, you want to make them healthier. You can start with a pair of socks. You can start with any of our products and test them out and see if they can help with your parents' longevity, like they have helped with my mother's age that started 13 years ago with a fatal heart attack. Today, she's 88 years old and still alive because of the consciousness that we brought to her and the products that support her endeavor in living a better quality of life. With that, to do all the things that I just mentioned, we require money. Money is only a tool to help you and your family live a better quality of life. So we're going right to the presentation at top of the minute, and you will meet some people that will introduce you to some concepts that may be new to you, that you may have not heard. It is going to take you some time to learn all of these concepts. So I encourage you to subscribe to this channel, to ask for a direct referral link where you can join this community of growing individuals. Only a tiny piece of the puzzle. 20,000 people globally know about this opportunity, and it's just going public in January of 2026. And you will hear all about it, and you can be a part of it. So stay with me until the end of presentation. Leave your comments, ask your questions, or directly join me by contact. Enjoy the presentation.
Hey, how are we doing? Thank you so much, everybody, for see. That's close to our all-time high. I think 179 was the most we've had on the Zoom. Ada, you're back again. Thank you for joining us. Sal, I see you sending me messages there. I haven't chance to arrange them for you. Alphone, you're here. How are you, sir? Andy B's always in the room as a noob. Thank you guys for joining us. The A team is always big. Aril's here. Arif's here. Oh, we got Bitcoin Grandpa here. Thank you for joining us. And yep, we've got CE. He's always here. Cindy's here. Chris is here. Lots of C's here tonight. Craig's here as well. And of course, Mr. London's here. Digital Elite Skills is here. Welcome to the call. Thank you for joining us. Donette's here. Dwayne's here. Ekin's here. Some people ask me, you know, why can't we see our guest names? And how do we know who's here? Well, how you know who is here is, did you speak to the person 10 minutes ago and invite them and make sure they were connected? And are you going to call them immediately? We're 173 guys, 173, 6 more, and we meet the 172. We dropped one off. You know, you should always be inviting your guest maybe an hour before, reminding them go to a quiet place, maybe to get a good internet connection, pen and paper. Ask them to watch it on a big screen, on a computer or an iPad instead of the phone. The phone is, you know, I would never watch a Zoom on a phone, never, ever. You just don't get the impact. The figures are too small. Text messages come in, WhatsApp comes in, distractions, social media comes in. So I don't think people should be watching it on the phone unless it's the last remedy. But so you always should be contacting your guest about an hour before the event, maybe 15 minutes before. Hey, I'm just about to log in. Everything good your side? Did you get to a nice quiet place? So you always know if your guest is showing up or not. And then, of course, when the meeting's over, give them a quick call and say, hey, I want to thank you. And if they say I wasn't on it, go, oh, well, that's great. Let me give you the date for the next one. 181, we just beat our record. Congratulations, guys. 181 on the call. Well done to all of you. iPhone's here, and iPhone's here again. iPhone guest is here, and iPhone BE is here, and iPhone, oh, where did that go? iPhone 50953, blah, blah, blah is here. Ivy's here. James Bond 007, the almighty James Bond is in the room as usual. Jenny's here, Gigi's here, Judith is here, Jude's here. Hey, Jude, how are you? Hey, Jude. No, that was the Beatles sang that one. I think that might be the Jude that I know. Welcome to the call, Jude. Thank you. And Judith is here as well. Judith J's here. Denise here. Benito's here. Leslie's here. Lance is here. Lisa's here. Ooh, I can't go through all of these. Ludovic, Maleki Peters, Agatha. I think you've sent that link out a few times because your name's coming up quite a few times here. Mark, welcome to the call. Mark G's here as well. Mike's here. Mella's here. Naresh is here. Ola's here. Raj is in the house. Thank you, Raj. And as is Rab and Richard and Robert and Rod and Scott and Stan. Yeah, thank you, Stan. The wonderful translator is here with fantastic command of English to help the Slovakian, Slovenian, Croatian team on the call. Thank you for joining us. Space Labs is in the house. Maybe I shouldn't be calling out these names. Some of the names I'm jumping over. Just so nobody knows that you're here tonight. So thank you very, very much. Usha, how are you? Thank you. And Thomas here as well. Beast is here. Wolfpack is always here. And I tell you what, sunny California is in the house. Jenny, welcome to the call. Thank you all for joining us. And there's more names. I jumped over 181 people tonight, 182 people tonight. And so that's the end of that. That's giving you an extra few minutes to get your guests in on time. So with that said, let's get this show on the road, guys. Here we go.
Recording in progress.
I'm going to stop that. Tell you why I'm going to stop that.
Recording stopped.
Because wonderful things that he does. No, because I want to record it. I might have done the wrong thing here. I want to record it on the cloud. I hit the computer there. Sorry, but going too fast.
Recording in progress.
Well, thank you so much for joining us on this Aurum presentation. We're here to examine a wonderful opportunity known as the Aurum Foundation. I don't work for the company myself, neither does the person that invited you here. We are what's known as independent affiliates, and we're here just to share some information with you. We're not here to sell you anything. We're here just to share some information because there are very few of us that are financial advisors. We cannot give you any financial advice, unfortunately. And we would always believe that it's important for you to take independent financial advice when you're making any kind of business decision. I always run an idea past my own accountant. I've had an accountant since 1986, if you believe it. We're great friends now because he knows my business and my business successes and my business failures. But I always run the idea past my accountant. If you don't have an accountant, speak to an expert in the field that you're getting involved with, and come up with a proper decision that suits your particular circumstances. With that said, we're going to examine Aurum, and I think we'll start with who's behind it, who's the founders, who's the co-founders, who's the CEO. And we have the CEO on the screen here and stakeholder in the company, Mr. Brian Benson from California, no doubt. Did his university over there in Santa Barbara. And when he left university, he went straight into the banking industry. He worked for a company called Dean Witter originally, but that was bought over by another big giant called Morgan Stanley. And anybody in the United States will know that name. So you get no slides? Well, thank you so much. Hey guys, thank you for that interaction there. We're going to, don't know why it didn't show the slides. So that should be that now. It's saying resume, but I don't want to resume. I want to view slides. Apologize for this. Playing the slideshow. Resume all. I'm not sure that's the right button. Will you give me a thumbs up if you could see the disclaimer on the screen? Is the disclaimer on the screen? Thumbs up. No thumbs up, which tells me it's not. 1 second. Stop share. Share screen. Let's do this. Same resume, close all or view slides. I think I'm going to click view slides and see will that work. I see your hands raised. Maybe you'd stop raising your hand there and send me a text. Can you see disclaimer on the screen? No. Okay, you can't. Stop share. Can somebody else confirm that they do see or don't see it in case it's that individual's phone? Maybe hit resume all. Okay. Veronica raised her hand, but welcome to Aurum is on the screen. Okay, something's not right. I'm going to have to close my PowerPoint, I think. Control S will save it. I'm going to shut it down. 1 second. 80%. 82. 96. That's it. See, Leslie had the hand raised, and we only lost one person so far. We only lost one person so far. Apologies for this, guys. Let's get up the PowerPoint again. I don't know why it wasn't viewing it. F5 for full screen. Yeah, I've never had this issue. It's because I stopped abruptly to record it again, and it's probably sitting in the background somewhere. But I'm going to open up the presentation again, and we will start again. 1 second. Opening the file. It's loading the file. I'm going to scroll down to scroll down to here. I'm going to click. I see that. Okay, let's do this. I'm going to go share screen, and I'm going to click this. And now we should have welcome to Aurum. I'm going to move it on one slide in case some of you see that. Can you now see the disclaimer? Showing welcome. Thumbs up, yes, that's us rocking and rolling. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop that recording. Stop recording.
Recording stopped. Recording in progress.
Well, thank you very much for attending this live Zoom tonight. And we are doing this on, let's get a date here so we can put a date on this. It's the 23rd of October, 2025. Thank you all for joining us. And it's now gone in my country. It's 13 minutes after 8. In your country, it might be 13 minutes after 9. But I know in other countries it could be earlier in the day. Thank you all for joining us. We're here to look at a fabulous concept, a platform that's been around for slightly over a year now. I heard about it just 6 months ago, and very pleased that I heard about it. And everybody is having major success. However, I'd just like to make a disclaimer that I don't work for the company myself. I'm not paid to present this information. I'm an independent affiliate, and I assume the person who invited you to this call as well is an independent affiliate. And they thought that there's something here that might interest you. My job tonight is very simple, just to share some information. It's an educational piece because I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not an accountant. I'm not a CPA. I'm here to share the information and the due diligence that I've done. And of course, you're very entitled to do your own. I think it's important when we're looking at any business to find out who's behind the company and who's running the company, and there's lots of things, because I don't want to build a company and they use my money and my family's money to build their dreams, to build their company. And you'll find with Aurum that it's not our money that we need at all. They've already got their technology up and running. They've already got their infrastructure, their offices. It's ready to launch in January. So that tells you you're here in very good time. You've got a 3-month run into the launch of this company, which will happen on the 17th of January next year. That's going to happen in Dubai. So that's going to be exciting. If you'd like to meet this gentleman on the screen and myself, then you want to qualify for this launch event in January. Now, the CEO is Mr. Brian Benson. He's from California, and he did his school over there. He did his university at Santa Barbara. And when he left university, he went straight into the banking world. He got involved with trading with Morgan Stanley, a very reputable bank in the United States. He was a very successful trader over there. But when he left Morgan Stanley, he went to what I call the other side. He moved away from the traditional fiat currency businesses and moved into the digital or crypto asset business and got involved with Binance. Now, Binance is probably the most successful of all cryptocurrency exchanges that we know of. Brian was the director over at Binance, but not just director of one area. He was director of all Latin America. In fact, Brian's responsibility was to open the marketplace in Mexico. So obviously, coming from California, it was quite easy for him to move down into Mexico. He opened that for Binance, a very big market. He then went down to Brazil and opened up the Brazilian market, another massive market. Chile, Argentina, Peru, Colombia, all of those was known as LATAM regions. He was the director, and he got so much experience from that because his job was to do the banking arrangements, to do the banking relationships, to do the legals and compliance if necessary. And it was the Wild West, I suppose, back in those days, but it's now become a very regulated place. It's very good for the consumers now. And Brian's goal is to create another exchange called the Aurum Exchange. He wants it to be just a little bit like Binance, but much more simpler. He wants an interface that's easy to onboard clients, easy to onboard customers around the world. Because since the Trump administration has come into force, we see a very positive swing in terms of cryptocurrency. We see regulation taking place. We see a lot of adoption of cryptocurrency, and it's just a matter of time before we're all using it. So now's a chance to have a look at the Aurum platform. And our CEO and stakeholder in the business is Mr. Brian Benson from Binance. Now, I hadn't heard of him before. I'd heard of Aurum, so I decided to do a Google. And up you see here, I wrote Brian Benson Finance. Lo and behold, I was very, very pleased to see that he was everywhere. And that's good news. We're not dealing with some robot or some actor that doesn't exist. We're dealing with a real person. We're dealing with none other than Brian Benson from finance. You can see photographs, present photographs, photographs when he was much younger. So there's history here on the internet with him. You can see him wearing the finance shirt, finance t-shirt. You can see him with the finance logo. You can also see him with the Aurum logo. And that was good to see that there is a presence on the internet for this gentleman. He's also got a LinkedIn profile that confirms his careers with Morgan Stanley and with finance, which is very, very important. I was also pleased to see that Forbes have written something positive about the Aurum platform. And Forbes magazine is in my opinion, they're a reputable media company. They do these rich lists. Who are the richest people in North America? Who's the top 50 richest people in the world? Who's the top 20 richest ladies in the United Kingdom? So to do these kind of data reports, it takes a lot of data, a lot of research to get the lists correct, because it would be very unpopular for them if they put Bill Gates at number 11 when he should be, let's say, number 4. So they have to get their information right. And that gave me confidence when I saw them writing positively about the Aurum business, saying that Aurum is providing institutional grade trading. Now, institutional grade trading is a lot different than the likes of me and you trading from home. Institutional grade trading has different parameters, it's different risk management profiles, it's a different class of trading. And this is where Aurum started. They started offering their products to the high net worth individuals, to the home family office, to venture capitalists, etc. That's where they started. And then very recently, thank goodness, they've opened the doors to allow people like ourselves to participate in this quality, in this style of trading, without us having to learn how to trade ourselves. So finance was one of the things of Brian Benson that really attracted me here. The second thing was the positive feedback coming from the likes of Forbes magazine. The third thing is this Visa card. I have it in my hand, and someday I hope you have one as well. This is a cryptocurrency card. This is that every bank must also have done its due diligence on Aurum. They would have to have received the memorandum of articles, the stock issuing, the possibly last year's accounts. They would know exactly who owns the company, the CEOs, the share certificates. They would check the licenses before they would get into bed with Aurum. You can imagine that the issuing bank of this card has done its due diligence. That's great news for you and I. There's other companies out there talk about being able to do this. Aurum already has this in place. And if you stop your trading bots and you want to take some profits off it, you just send it onto your card and go spend it. If you earn any commissions from the affiliate program, you just top up your card, go spend it. So we have a great off-ramping solution with this card. I'm going to talk about that a little bit later, but that was another thing that attracted me to this business. And then when I realized that Aurum were sponsoring and had a stand at the latest Token 2049 convention, this was in Singapore just earlier this month. The tickets to get into this on the last day were selling outside at $1,400 for a ticket to get into this event. They started off, I suppose, at $250 months out, and then closer to the event, they went for $500. Then they went to $999, just $1 less than $1,000. There were 25,000 people showed up here. And this now shows us we're dealing with a company that's not afraid to be exposed, a company that was in the zone with 25,000, what I would call crypto experts, because I wouldn't pay $1,400 to go and see a rock concert, never mind see a crypto convention. So it shows you the caliber of people. The people there were the creator of Tron. I'm sure you've heard of Tron. Justin Sun was there speaking. Our CEO, Brian Benson, was speaking at the event. Richard Tang, which is a friend of Brian's, they worked together in finance. And when CZ, the owner of finance, moved on, then Richard got the job. So Richard Tang was speaking at the event, and with Brian Benson, his buddy. But Brian was obviously speaking about Aurum, and there was so many events happening there. The Formula One was also on this weekend as well. So a great event, and that gave me confidence that this company's not hiding anywhere. They're out there with the stand at the show and speaking at the event to talk about their new exchange that's launching. And this is very, very exciting for us, the news that's coming up. The entire ecosystem will involve many, many products. And one on the screen here coming up will be a POS, point of sale terminal. The idea will be that the Aurum business will be able to offer merchants around the world the ability to accept fiat and cryptocurrency payments. So it's going to be a great, great opportunity. We had one gentleman with us last week at the convention, and his idea was to put one of these on every bus. This gentleman has over 450 buses of his own. He works at government level with the transportation section of the government in his country. He wanted to put this device in every bus so people could either use Aurum or use the Aurum card or use cryptocurrency to pay to get on the bus. And he also wanted to put one of these ATM machines wherever a bus stops, put an Aurum ATM machine. So he was really, really excited about these products. But this is just a little bit in the future, guys. This is part of the bigger ecosystem. These are physical products. The card's a physical product. But we've also got some fantastic news coming up when the exchange launches. Now, traditional banking doesn't offer any of us, I suppose, any great rewards. If you're lucky to get 1, 2, or 3% in a year from a bank, you're doing quite well. But what about this on the screen, ladies and gentlemen? When the exchange launches, and I think it might launch in January, you'll be able to put your Bitcoin, your Ethereum, your Solana, your Litecoin, your USDT onto the platform and stake it, which means you don't have to risk it. You don't have to trade it. It can bring you yields of we're looking at what, 17 to 20% we're looking at. Solana, I think, is offering the best there, 20%. But imagine being able to get these kind of numbers. Now, if you're involved in cryptocurrency, these numbers are small. But if you're involved in the fiat world and you have never been involved in this industry, talking about 15, 18, 17, 20% a year. The first transactions were ever done on the exchange. And even though it's in test mode right now, we had an audience of just short of 500 people were able to witness the first transactions done on that exchange. So we're really looking forward to this as well. Now, I don't want to keep talking about what's coming, what's coming, what's coming. This just gives you a broader scope of to know that there is a future, there's a roadmap. In fact, they lined out an 8-year roadmap for us. I'm not going to cover it on this presentation. But I was very, very delighted to see that there is a vision, there is a guideline, a roadmap, blueprint for the future. That's very, very important from a forward-thinking company. So what I'd like to do now for our new guests particularly is to listen now to Brian Benson for the next 20 seconds. This is part of a larger interview, and Brian mentioned something very, very important here. I think you need to listen. What he wants to do is create a billion-dollar business and generate 1,000 millionaires. He told me himself when he was working in finance, he saw so many people becoming not just millionaires, but multi-millionaires. You go and do your research. What happened was he called them kids. These kids had these gaming computers, and they were able to mine Bitcoin in these days and generate a lot of Bitcoin, and they were putting them onto the exchange with Binance. They were learning how to trade. They were making fortunes. And Brian was just an employee. So he said when he created the Aurum platform, he wants to generate or be responsible for generating 1,000 millionaires. Let's have a listen.
I think if I have to sum it up in one word, it's ecosystem. At Aurum, we're building an ecosystem, and we're really trying to focus on getting this thing to a unicorn status. And what I like to say is we want to create 1,000 millionaires. And so if we can do that, then that will be a billion-dollar business. That will be a unicorn, and we'll be very excited if we can accomplish that, and we're well on our way to that. So,
yeah, when he says he's well on the way to that, there's no $500,000 already. So he's certainly created 1 million, so there's another 999 to go, and that's up to you to decide. Is this something you'd like to challenge? Is this something you'd like to challenge yourself towards? But it's great to have a visionary leader that, like Elon Musk, I would say, is a visionary leader for his company. But to have a guy that wants to create 1,000 millionaires, I think that's a great motive to follow. And I wish you every success in your decision and in your efforts if you decide to work with Brian to be one of these millionaires. Now, to get involved in our platform, it's not free. That's the bad news out of the way. The rest I'm going to tell you is all good news, but it's only $20 for the entire year. The way I look at it, it's a bit like a membership to the gym. You can use the running machine, the rowing machine, the steam room, the sauna in the gym. You can use that all year for a subscription. I'm sure the gym is $20. So this is $20 to use all of the products on Aurum, except of course the Visa card. And I'll talk about this in a moment, but you can go in and use any of the products. You can turn them off, turn them on, try 2 products, try 4 products. I think I'm using 6. I'm using 7 products right now and the card. And they have a number of products. I'm only going to show you the ones that I've tried myself tonight. I'm not going to speak about products that I haven't tried. I don't think that's fair. But if I've used the product myself, I'm happy to explain my experience with that product. But $20 gets you started. That means anybody in the world can participate, and off we go. Now, the first product is my favorite, and called the EXI bot. It's sensational. It's done over 450% in its first 2 years. It's now slightly older than 2 years. On the screen, guys, this says the 21st of June. I'll have to update that, but at that point, there was just shy of $23 million in this one product. I know now it's over 40 million. As of 30th September, it's $40 million. So I'm sure it's moving towards $50 million right now. So apologies for that, but you get the general idea. This single bot is trading with about 40 to 50 million now. It's been very, very successful. They have trading data going back to early part of 2023. And I think the worst month it ever achieved was about 9%. The best month it ever did was 23%. But on average, across its full trading history, it's hitting in around about 17.5% a month, which is not excessive for cryptocurrency trading. It's quite good if we were speaking about forex, but in cryptocurrency, it's nothing. I mean, I have my own personal traders. Some weeks they make 20% in a week. We're talking about 17.5 in a month. That shows you it's institutional grade trading. It's not rash that my trader could blow my account or do something silly. They're not institutional grade traders, but here it's reserve trading, it's spot trading, it's got its own risk management profile that keeps our currency safe. But if you wanted to try this bot, you can start small. There are no packages. Like you could start with $109 or $127 or $862. But whatever it is that you do, it will find its own threshold. If you put in $200, you're going to fall into the first threshold. You're going to get benefits of in around about 10%. For those of you who can manage more than that, let's suggest you had $702, right? The 702 would place you into the second category, which would get benefits of about 11% a month. For those of you that can do more than 1,000 but less than 2.5, you're going to fall into that 12% category. And you can see there for yourself somewhere between 10 and 16% on a monthly basis, depending on your deposit. My question to Brian Benson was, well, if you're paying out all this money, how do you guys make money? How does the company make money? And he said to me, the answer is on the screen. You can see it there. If they're making 17.5% a month, and let's say your account is getting 10% a month, Aurum's making the difference. They make the spread. They're getting 7% on all the 10% customers. For those customers that achieve 11%, Aurum's still making 6% on those accounts. For those customers that are getting 12, Aurum makes 5%. So they're always in a positive cash position, which is important because we want a company to be around. We want a strong proposal here. It has to be everybody winning. So not just ourselves, the company has to win. The exchange has to win. Everybody has to win. So with this model, I was very, very pleased to see that Aurum's making money at the same time. What Brian Benson threw back to me was, he said to me, where did I think the majority of the customers would end up? Did I think that the main bulk of customers would be somewhere between $100 and $4,999? Or did I think that the most customers will be $5,000 and above? And after thinking it for a moment or two, I think that majority of customers will be starting in the bottom half, like somewhere between $100 up to $499. I would imagine that would be the majority of the customers. And he agreed with me. He said, that's correct. He says, and that's where we make our most money. He said the higher net worth clients, he said there's less work to do with them. What did he call them? He called them something investors. He called them not savvy investors. He called them, I can't remember the name he used. But those customers need less customer support. They're more adverse to risk, less management for them customers. They make more money actually, whereas the smaller customers require more customer support, and that's why the accounts are set up this way. I'm talking about customer support. I've had nothing but positive feedback from all of our customers saying that they're very, very impressed with customer support with this product. So that's a little bit about the first product. It's really, really good. I can show you a couple of accounts to give you an idea. Here's a small account with $500. This account started on the 17th of April. So if you follow my mouse over here, you'll see on the 17th of April, there was a $500 deposit. Now, it says 882. That's because the account has achieved 382 of profit. It's a 500 deposit. It's sitting at 882. Now, that has taken 5 months to get there, from the 17th of April to the 17th of September. You can see here in the bottom right-hand corner, it's the 17th of September when we took a look at this. So in 5 months, in terms of percentages, it's really, really good. If you were involved in the property business, you'd be looking at about 10% a month. With a real good property in a real good location, you're probably going to look at about 10% a month. This is 76%, 10% a year in property, 10% a year. This is 76% in 5 months, which is sensational. If you were to get involved in the gold business, let's say you bought a bar of gold, a gram of gold, an ounce of gold, a kilo of gold, whatever you can afford in gold, it's probably likely to do about 10% a year. This is 76% in 5 months. Better than the bank, it's better than gold, it's better than real estate. It's sensational. And obviously, the more you can do, the better results you get. I can tell you this account is now just gone over $1,000 since the 17th of September. It's now gone over $1,000, so it's doubled itself. I don't know how many months that is, but a real good result here for a small type of account. For those of you who would like to see a larger account, this account started here. Account number ending 1972 started on the 10th of April. This one was started with $10,000 deposit. And if you it made a profit of $2,360 in 5 short weeks. So on the bottom right-hand side of the screen, you'll see it was the 16th of May. The account started on the 10th of April. So we summarize this from the 10th of April to the 16th of May. That's 5 weeks less 1 day. We call it 5 weeks. And the account has made an exceptional 23%. The $10,000 is sitting at $12,360. It's nearly $500 a week. It's nearly $500 a week. 5 5s would be, if that was $2,500, that account would be making $500 a week. Lots of people work for $500 a week, so it's pretty incredible. After 10 weeks, the account had jumped up to 15,500. So the 10,000 became 15,500 from the 10th of April right up to the 24th of June. We're getting these timestamps here on the right-hand side. You can see the screenshot was the 24th of June at 1:38. And then again, the next time it was looked at was the 10th of July. So now 12 weeks, it made 74% in 12 weeks. And then the final time was on the 10th of August. The account had doubled. It had gone from $10,000 to become $20,000 in 16 short weeks. 16 weeks. 16 weeks go by like that. 4 months, 100%. I'm not suggesting your account will do the same. There's a number of variables. It probably will do the same if you had $10,000, but it's dependent on the size of your deposit. It's also dependent on another thing. I'd like to point out that this little white button inside a green slider, if you notice this is placed over to the right-hand side, This is an option for the customer. This is not an option for Aurum or the company. They will not touch this button. So when you deposit to your own bank account, it's your obligation, it's your prerogative, whether you like this on or off. When you open your account, it's off, so they don't compound. But if you find this button or someone shows you where that is, you slide that across. What it actually means is your profit today, instead of going to your wallet, because you withdraw your profit every day, but if you prefer that profit to stay in Binance or stay in OKX or Kraken or what's that other exchange they use, KuCoin, if you prefer the profit that you make today to stay with the principal, then you get the compounding effect because principal and profit work together to generate even more. So on this account, it's chosen to reinvest. You don't have to do this. And of course, this is not financial advice. I'm not trying to sell you anything here. I can't sell you anything because I don't have this to sell you. This belongs to Aurum. You have to go over there and register with them. You have to do all of that yourself. I'm just showing you a typical account and the success customers are having. I will tell you that this account, because I saw it either today or yesterday, is now at $30,000. Okay, so on the 10th of August, it's 20,000, and on the 22nd of October, it's 30,000, 10,000 to give 30,000. So a really, really good product. That's my favorite, guys. There are other products. I'll tell you about a couple more. We call that one the EXI bot. But there are two other products we find over on the Telegram channel. Now, Telegram is what I call a decentralized communication channel. It's a bit like WhatsApp. I prefer WhatsApp. I'm not a great fan of Telegram, but I'm starting to use it now because it's making me money. So here's a question for you. How much does your cell phone make you every day? For most people, it's nothing. It costs you money, doesn't it? Well, we've got an application here on my phone. It's called Telegram. It makes me money every single day. In fact, I'm going to show you in a minute what it's made me. So you can get this over at Telegram. We've got one called the EXI Pro. We've one called the Zeus bot. And if you go to Telegram, instead of searching for somebody's name, search for Aurum Neobank. And when you click at the bottom, open the application, you have to log in. You can do it on your phone or your computer, and that lets you into your account. You're going to have about 8 wallets in there. They'll give you your own brand new Bitcoin wallet. You'll get a new Ethereum wallet. You'll get a BNB wallet, a USDT wallet. You'll get a Pepe wallet, a Doge wallet, and you'll get, I think you have to download a Polygon wallet. It's just a click of a couple of buttons, but you'll get all of these wallets in here. You also get the Visa card over there. So if you'd like to order the Visa card, you can get that on Telegram as well. And if you want to take your profit from the bot and you don't know what to do with it, you just go top up card, type in how much you want from the bot, and it sends the profit onto your Visa card. And you don't have to run looking for a bank. You don't have to run looking for somebody to cash out. You don't have to look running for an exchange. It's all done in Telegram, which is incredible. And lots of people are having great fun with this. I'll show you more about this in a moment. But I want to show you the Bitcoin bot. So they have 7 bots, I think, in total. On Telegram, they have 6, and plus the one I showed you just a moment ago. So they have a Bitcoin trading bot that trades against the dollar. They have Doge against the dollar, Litecoin, Pepe, and there's 2 more. There's an Ethereum one and a BNB, the Binance one. So there are 6 in total. And if we look at the screen here, you can only see 4 operating. But we're looking at the Bitcoin one now. I can tell you that on the 31st of May, there was only 0.7 deposited into this account. 0.7 Bitcoin. The minimum you could do is $100 worth of Bitcoin. I think that's 0.009 or something like that. But in this instance, there was 0.7 positive. You can see here yourself, it's sitting at 0.81. And it had traded for 14 hours on this occasion. It made 0.0055. But every day, every other day, if you log in, the profits start to grow and grow. And as the trades occur, it shows you every trade. It shows you the winning trades, losing trades, Actually, some trades break even. You know that? It goes out, the robot goes out, looks for opportunity. If there's noise in the market, doesn't want to take it, it'll come back with 0 profits. So sometimes I've seen that where you didn't lose, but it didn't make either, which is fine. but it'll show you every trade. It'll show you the opening price, closing price, profit and loss, spread, and there's even a hyperlink inside the app that pulls you right to Binance or pulls you right to the exchange where that trade occurred. So a lot of information on this particular product, more on this one than previous one. But you can see it went to 0.81, but as it traded up, it went to 0.82. Could you see that? 0.82. So in 13 hours, it made 0.0015. In 13 hours trading, this bot made 0.0015. So you can withdraw that profit if you want anytime. You can take the whole lot out. You can take the principal out. No lockup at all. This is fantastic. Or you could combine it through you withdraw the profit. You see here it says withdraw profit. If you withdraw the profit, go straight to your wallet. If you stop the bot, then the 0.82 go to your wallet. And then when it's in your wallet, it's combined. And you can either take that out, or you can say, hey, I'm going to trade it tomorrow again. And you can put it back into the bot and let it do some business for you tomorrow. So a lot of flexibility with this one. It went to 0.84, 85, 86, 87, 88. Lots of you joined my calls when it was at 0.88, 89. Of course, it keeps going, 9, 91, 92, 93, 94, 96, 97, 98. Oh, I missed 98, 99. And I'm probably pretty confident that if I logged in live now, it would be one full Bitcoin. Maybe I'll do that at the end of the call. I think it's probably at a Bitcoin now because that's very close to a Bitcoin. It's 0.9959. So 0.7 Bitcoin has become one full Bitcoin since the 31st of May. So you're looking at May, April, May, June, all of July, all of August, all of September. There's 4 months and 3 weeks. 4 months and 3 weeks. This bot has made 0.3 of a Bitcoin. Let's just check that out right now. How much is 0.3 Bitcoin in US dollars, please? Doesn't want to do anything. Give me 1 second. How much is 0.3 Bitcoin in US dollars, please? There we go. $33,000. So it started at 0.7. It's on the screen at 0.99, but I know it's probably going to Bitcoin. So it's from 0.7, 1 Bitcoin is 0.3, which is $33,000. Without knowing how to trade, without introducing any customers, without attending Zooms like this bot makes you money when you're having your dinner, when you're sleeping, when you're traveling, when you're at the dentist. It makes money 24/7 if you set it to work. So a really, really nice product. Very happy with this one. And if you don't have any Bitcoin, this can also make you Bitcoin. Does that sound interesting? If you don't have any Bitcoin, this bot can make you Bitcoin. So I'll cover that on the compensation plan, because if you bring a customer that puts Bitcoin in and you don't have any, you can get rewards. If you hit the first rank, you can start getting paid fractions of Bitcoin. Start building your own portfolio of coins, Bitcoin and Ethereum and BNB. If you'd like to grab some of those, if you help us build the community, those customers are starting to trade those currencies. Other people might have them. Then you get a profit share on the Bitcoin profits, and you start building your own little nest egg of cryptocurrency. So that's that bot. Here's a customer that put in 0.1 Bitcoin. Actually, this is the customer that I was telling you about the buses. This is the customer that put in 1 Bitcoin. After a call with the trading team and with Brian Benson, this individual put in a full Bitcoin. Here's another customer, put in 2.75 Bitcoin. It's actually grown to 2.81. So this gentleman wants to bring his Bitcoin to 5 Bitcoins just by trading on the Telegram bot. And then this brings us to our last product, ladies and gentlemen, and we're going to talk now about the card. So we looked at the first bot was the XI bot. 500 became 882, with the 10,000 doubled in 4 months. That was the first bot. Then there's the 6 bots available on Telegram, the XI Pro and the Zeus bot. We showed you those. And then the last product is the card. A really good card, because what's exceptional about this card is there's no name on it. My name's not on it. Your name won't be on yours either. We don't need to know your name, your address, passport. We don't need to see your utility bill. We don't need a driver's license. No, it's called no KYC requirement. Imagine having a Visa card without KYC. And you can put up to 100,000 a month onto it. So in cryptocurrency, so if you've got USDT on Binance or Kraken or Coinbase or Trust Wallet, you can import that USDT into your Binance account, into your Aurum account, and then send it straight onto your card. You don't have to trade it. So it's a great vehicle to allow people around the world for the first time in their lives to be able to spend, because now every shop in the world will accept cryptocurrency when you've got this. Yes, if you want to go for coffee tomorrow morning, you can pay with crypto. If you want to go book a holiday or a cruise, you can pay with crypto. If you want to buy some clothes online, you can pay with crypto. If you want to buy your groceries this weekend, you can pay with crypto. This fabulous card without KYC. To load the card up with your crypto, it's 2.2%. Good news, guys. That 2.2% stays with us. It stays with the community. It doesn't go to Visa. It doesn't go, well, it don't go to Aurum, but Aurum send that back out to us. Depending on your rank, you can start getting paid anytime one of your customers uses this. Imagine you put this in the hands of 4 or 5 people who told 4 or 5 people who told 4 or 5 people who told 4 or 5 people. You know, you could get paid on 10,000 people spending, buying groceries and having coffee and withdrawing money from the ATM machine. Imagine you could build a business just with this card. On Sunday night, I do a little presentation about a hypothetical situation by putting 3 of these cards out into the marketplace and duplicating that. So if you can attend the same link as you're attended tonight, same time as tonight, but on Sunday night, I do a little training. We don't do what we're doing tonight, which is an overview. We go straight into a training. In top of the great facility this card offers, we're going to increase the benefits of the card by adding things like into the airport. If you've got the black card, you can use the VIP lounge. So we're going to add different member benefits, loyalty programs. We're also going to encourage shops and merchants to give us up to 10% cash back. This is quite good. If we can encourage businesses to come on board with this, some businesses will be able to, depends on their products, some will be able to offer 10% cash back, and other ones might only be able to give us 2 or 3%, but anything back is better than nothing back simply by using the Aurum card. So this is coming soon as well. I think developing this out, I think it's a sensation.
Aurum Neobank is a next-generation financial ecosystem with a fully integrated cycle. Top up your balance, earn through the trading bot, spend with your card, and restart the loop. Choose from 4 card tiers: Nova, Imperium, World Elite, and Infinity. Each unlocks access to cryptocurrency payments, low fees, and premium rewards. No verification required. Minimal fees, physical card included. Higher transaction limits. Take control of your finances and grow your wealth with Aurum Neobank.
Folks said, even like the music, that card sounds good. And not only have we Visa, but also MasterCard on board as well. So some of you will be getting MasterCards, some of you will be getting Visa cards, and that's very, very exciting. The cards are going to start at $33, no monthly fees. The next one will be a $66 card, no monthly fees. $99 card. The one I like is the big one. I like the best. You know, I like the best car, the best house, the best holiday. You know, if you like the best in life, you want to be thinking about the Infinity card because it has no KYC. Those smaller cards, you'll have to give your details across. It's not strange that the smaller card you have to give your details. The bigger cards you don't. No KYC, lower fees for loading up, lower transaction fees. There's $150 on every card that actually goes out to the affiliate program, and you can put up to $100,000 a month. It's really, really good. And as I said, depending on your rank, you can get the difference between where you're qualified, your customers are. You get differential bonuses, up to 76% primes. 76% of the loading fees go to you, and 76% of the $150 goes to you if you're prime. If you're new, 35% of the $150 you get for every card, and 35% every time you put money on the card, you get 35%. When somebody goes shopping, you get 35% of the loading fees. Okay, and you can get paid on thousands and tens of thousands of customers around the world. In other words, you can become the bank with this opportunity. You can become the bank, and as customers roll this out, it's going to be very, very exciting. For the new people, it's important to see the card working. A friend of mine, John, was the first person in the United Kingdom to get this back in June this year. We only launched this back in June, so this is John's second transaction. Have a listen to this.
Here we go then, second official transaction. Lovely, thank you, Mina.
There you go. Go down to the shop to get some milk, USDT, bang, hits it on the machine, and out he goes with the. John says to me, HP, I got free milk today down in the grocery store. I said, how did you get free milk? Are they giving away the milk? He says, no, I used my Aurum card. And I said, what do you mean, John, you used your Aurum card? Well, I tapped it on the machine and I got free milk. Now, how do you get free milk? He says, it's like this. I put my money on the bot. Bot's still trading. I didn't take my money out of the bot. I took profit out. And I put the profit on the card. So I still have my money and I was able to get the milk with the profit. So it didn't cost me anything. I got free milk. And I went, very good. Send me the video. And he sent me this video. So somebody else said to me, I was at the car park and I just went over and tapped the car park machine and it worked. And somebody else said, I went to the ATM machine and it worked. And hey, I had coffee yesterday and it worked. So, I mean, of course it's going to work. When it says Visa, I can tell you it works everywhere. But let me show you a cash withdrawal from the ATM machine. How would you like to take cryptocurrency out of an ATM machine in fiat? Have a look at this.
Okay, in goes the Aurum card. Balance. Okay, so there's 5,720 on the thing. Let's do a transaction. Let's take out cash machine. Let's take out other. Maximum 800. So the fee is $3.99. Accept and proceed.
Incredible. In all my life, these machines, we find them in the supermarkets, we find them outside the banks on the high street, we find them in the shopping mall. And where we live, there seems or appears to be a limit, like it's like 250 pounds. And if you tried to take another 250, it wouldn't let you. You have to come back tomorrow. It's got like a daily limit. But when I went and tried this and it said 800, I went, I wonder will this work? And I couldn't even get the money out of it. I was trying to grab it because normally it's 250s like this, but 800s like this. So it was very hard to grab it. So it was the first time I took out 800 and I put it in my pocket. And then I said, I'll go and try the balance and see what the balance, because the balance was 5,700. When I put it back in again, it said enter PIN. How much do you want to withdraw? And let me try again. So I put in 800, then took out another 800, put it in this pocket. Then I took another 800, put my trousers, then I took another 800. And I just felt guilty taking my own money out. And I saw a camera outside the back and I went, that's enough. And I walked away. So $3,200, over $4,000 in one visit, but before presentation. So incredible card to be able to use your cryptocurrency and withdraw cash if you need it. So really good product, guys, and very, very excited about that one. Of course, the bots are better because the bots actually give you the money to put on the card. There's no point having a card if you have no money. The bot generates the money. You can take out the profit and put it on the card to spend. You you keep your money trading, and that's what John was doing. He's living for free now because he still has his money trading. He just puts his profit on and goes spends it. So there we go. Well, that's our presentation over, ladies and gentlemen. We've taken, I suppose, with the hiccups at the start of tonight's presentation, we probably took 35 minutes, 40 minutes really. Apologize for that glitch at the start. For those of you that want to stay on for just another few minutes, I can show you an exceptional affiliate program, guys. As I said, one gentleman's already made $2.5 million through this plan. So if any of you are interested in hanging on for about 5 more minutes, I'm very happy to show that to you. For those of you who'd like to leave right now, you're just a customer, that's perfectly fine. There's no obligation to share this with anyone. You don't have to do it at all. You can just make money and tell nobody if you wish. But I find that when I make money, I like to tell my friends, hey, have a look at this. So with that said, let's go into the compensation plan for those that like to see that. If you believe it, only 2 people left. I give you a chance to go, and only 2 people left. 186 people. Isn't that fantastic? Okay, so let's show you the affiliate program. It appears that you want to see that. The affiliate program is just like Apple have one as well. Apple, if you go to Apple's website and go to the very bottom, it says affiliate program. When you click on that, it doesn't cost anything. Neither does this one. This is free. You don't have to pay anything to be an affiliate. You get an affiliate link with your account. It's up to you whether you use it or you don't use it. But Apple's the same. So if you're an Apple customer, you go to the bottom of their site, you click affiliate. If you start promoting Apple products because you like them, Apple will give you rewards. Aurum are doing the same kind of thing. If you tell people that you like the Aurum account, you like the Aurum card, they will give you a handshake. They will give you a thank you bonus, I call it. So how does it work? Very simple. People say, how does the compensation plan work? Here's my answer. Very, very well. No, how does it work? Works great. No, but how does it work? Works fantastic. No, let me explain how it works, guys. Everybody starts as a Nova. Nova means new. The new star in the sky is called the Nova star. You're the new star in our business. You're called Nova. And you get 3% every deposit of every customer that uses your referral link. Okay, so if you share with one customer, 10, 12, or 18, or 400, doesn't matter, you get 3% on all the deposits into that first bot that we showed you tonight, that EXI bot. Now, there is one condition. You must have $100 trading in that bot yourself. Okay, that means $100, anybody in the world really could participate. Now, if you want more than 3%, what do you need to do? Well, you need to have a total of $7,500 in total team trading in that EXI bot. Now, here's the good news. You don't have to bring the $7,500 yourself. You might only bring $100 and then maybe another customer with $100. But if that customer introduced a customer, doesn't matter. Just like Facebook, as Facebook grows, as your network of customers grow into infinity levels, if there's $7,500 in total, you get promoted. Okay, what it means is you get 5% on your own personal customer deposits. If one of your customers makes a recommendation, they get 3% like you used to, and you get the override. You get 2% infinity levels deep. And here's the good news, guys: you now get your money back. In this example, you started with $100. Company give you back the $100 once you get that first promotion. Out of risk, fantastic. Now, of course, what do you do with $100? You've got choices. The first thing you can withdraw to any wallet of your choice. The second thing you could do, if you have a card, is you just top up your card with $100, go spend it. The third thing you might do is you actually add it to your $100 up here, add it to the box so that you have 200 making you money instead of just 100. Well, these are your choices, and that's why we say seek financial advice, talk to a professional who understands these things. And it's your money at the end of the day, and it's up to you what you do it. And then the third bonus you get for that first promotion is 5% every day on the trading profits of your team to infinity levels deep. Now, remember I said to you, imagine you don't have any Bitcoin, you don't have any Ethereum, and you don't have any BNB. Well, this is what happened to me. I started receiving Pepe. I never heard of Pepe before, and I started Pepe and more Pepe and more. Why am I getting all this Pepe? I don't have any Pepe trading. It's because if any of your customers are trading Bitcoin or Ethereum and using those bots, and you're that Voyager, you have to hit Voyager, you get 5% every day of what they get. It doesn't come out of their account, it comes from the company to you. So, and that can go unlimited generations in depth. Just fantastic, guys. Now, if you want more than 5%, well, you just need to go Vanguard. You need 25,000 in total team trading. That puts you on 7% of deposits. You get a 500 cash bonus, and now you get 7.5% every day on the profits of your team, which is great. It's like a daily matching bonus, 7.5%, 7.5%. Residual payments come with you based on other customers trading. Please note here in this column here, this describes how much you have to have in your own account at this stage. To be eligible, you need 300 trading at this point, but they give you 500. The next promotion, I mean, if you understand what I've said so far, it's just more of the same. It's just a duplication. It's bigger numbers, it's bigger percentages, more volume. Very, very simple. So when $62,500 is trading, you get 9%, you get $1,000 bonus. When $125,000 is trading, you get $2,000 bonus, $5,000 bonus, $10,000 bonus. It's incredible. And there are 15 ranks. This is just 7 of them. Here's the rest. If you'd like a $20,000 bonus, you got to go elite. If you'd like a magnet bonus, you get $50,000. If you'd like to go mythos, you get $100,000 bonus. And that happened for somebody on this call. On the 30th of September this year, they got a $100,000 bonus plus all the rest. If you want to be one of Brian Benson's millionaires, do you remember what he said earlier? I want to create 1,000 millionaires. Well, you make your way to Dominion and you are a millionaire, no doubt. The $500,000 bonus for reaching that rank on top of 150 that you already received, and the 100 and the 50 and the 20, that's $820,000 plus the first pay, plus these direct deposit bonuses, plus these matching bonuses from profits every day, plus these shareholder bonus. You can actually become a shareholder when you reach the rank of Oracle. What the company do is they take 3%, 3.175% every day of the profit. They put it over in a pot, and every quarter they split it with the Oracles and the Primes. You get a share of 0.15% of everybody's trading profits. So your customers, my customers, her customers, those customers that aren't in your business, the customers who came last year, this year, all of the trading. Now you can participate in everybody's profits, which is a pooled income, which is very, very exciting, guys. And many people at the weekend received very, very worthy bonuses for just going Oracle Prime through these ranks. So really, in a nutshell, when I say how does the compensation plan work, it works very well. You don't have to understand it to do it, to enjoy it. The same way you don't have to understand electricity. You come into the room, you hit a switch, and the light comes on. You walk out of the room, you hit the switch, the light goes on. How does that work? Did anybody figure out that out? How does the brightness come? Where is it coming from? Yeah. Did you ever figure out how the fuel in your car traveled up through the center of your car, up through a pipe into your engine, and you put your foot down and put it into gear and did this, and all of this happened? And when you had 56 kilometers per hour, it's most efficient on your fuel account. Do you understand how a car works? No. But it takes you from A to B. This is a financial vehicle that takes you from A to B, from where you are now to where you'd like to be. The software, the programming, the algorithm, the AI, they all know how it works. Our job is very simple. To invite people to presentations, let them see the information, let them make their own decision, and keep doing that. Continue to do that, build your business. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of our presentation. Good news is, on the 1st of September, the company's now going to take the trading profits of the Zeus bots, and the 10% of that volume will be added to your ranking volume to go up the ranks for these bonuses. So that's a new thing that's going to start on the 1st of January. So it's just around the corner, guys. It's going to accelerate your business faster. You're going to make more money faster because the Zeus bot now is going to contribute to your rank. And this is fantastic news, guys, as well. Some of you asked about withdrawals. How do they work? Here's the answer. Work very well. Of course they do. Here's a customer here on the 19th of April. They got 0.1 Bitcoin. 8 days, 19th of April, 27th of April. 8 days later, they took out $500. 1 month after that, they took out $5,000. 2 days after they took out $5,000, they took out another $4,500. And then 18 days later, 17th of June, they took out $10,000. And of course, you know, the transaction hash IDs here, everything's listed on the blockchain. You can take these transaction hashes, you can pop them into Block Explorer, you You can trace them right back to the exchange where it's trading. So the evidence of withdrawals is there for everybody to see. So with that said, I want to thank you all. I've taken an hour of your time. Appreciate your time. It's important, but you may have seen something that change your life, the life of your kids, the life of your grandkids. If you take serious action and go build this business. If you like what you see, if you're happy you've done your own due diligence, you're going to make a decision, get registered. First, invited you here tonight. Just ask for the link, they'll guide you through it. Fund that first product. EXI bought it's the best. I call it the 12-month plan. It can do serious. I saw that 10,000 becoming 30,000 in a few months. 10,000 became 20,000 in 4 months. It's probably 6 months. It went to 30,000. Then maybe the week after this, we try the Zeus bot. Try those other bots. Don't do it all in one night. Do the EXI bot for starters. Once you understand it, once you've tested it, once you've done some withdrawals, then try the next one. Once you've done that, then get the card. No point having the card if you've no money to put on. Let the bots make you money, and then you need a card. Make the withdrawals easier for yourself. So with that said, guys, I want to thank you again for attending. Do get back to the person that invited you here. Call the person you invited, whether you know they're here or not. Call them now and ask them what they felt about the presentation. If they missed it, get them a link to the next one or get them a recording. We do this Monday to Thursday on this link. We do a training on Sunday night. I also do some bespoke ones. If you want to line up some private calls, we can do that as well. So with that said, that's our presentation over. Thank you so much for joining us. I'll talk again to you.
You just heard an hour of presentation by one of the experts. If you need a call with you, Paul, make sure you contact me. If you need any health and wellness advice or solutions for you or your family, your parents require money for you and your children's future, make sure you contact me. This is a serious business, and I'd like to reach out to all of the leaders who are serious about changing their lives. We're here to support you, to help you. Thank you for watching. I look forward to helping you and your family with your health and wellness, organizing your travel and tourism business, and also helping you with creating wealth. Thank you so much. Look forward to seeing you.